got ourselves our champions locked in, our Rift set up and ready to go. J-Team on blue side, Nova on red side. And we get our first little peeks into 10.4 when it comes to the PCS, so I'm extremely excited to see things get underway again. Week 2, just starting. We got 20 games of League of Legends over the next 3 days, Riku, so let's get things underway.
Let's go indeed. And I think this would be the first time we're not going to be seeing a misfortune ever in the PCS.
Oh, thank God. I was wondering, I'm like, there's been no misfortune. And if I recall, in the most recent patch, she wasn't really touched at all. Like,
not at all.
Like, you had a Caitlyn.
Just like Ornn. Just like Ornn.
Ornn actually was touched, all right? He just got a buff indirectly.
Directly.
And it was like, really? Oh, boy.
Oh, well. He's not in the game this time around.
Good. Nova banned him. We have no Ornn. We don't have the GOAT arriving. The greatest of all time. Oh, boy.
Yeah. But meanwhile, we see Rocky for the 3rd time around here
Renekton, yeah.
Renekton.
Are they just going to keep playing Renekton until he gets a ban drawn, and then they're like, yes, finally, we can try and do something elsewhere in the lanes? As, you know, he takes a little bit of poke there from the side. Ahana.
Yeah, it was, I mean, they first picked the set, and that's why they're pretty confident in locking immediately the Renekton, unlike before where they had to wait for or they had to ban Quinn themselves.
Yeah, they didn't actually, for at least this time, they're like, all right, we don't need to first pick the Renekton. And I think they're going to start realizing that teams aren't first picking Renekton all that much. So
yeah.
Maybe they'll stop first picking it for Rocky so they don't have to worry about a counter pick. Because that seems to be an ongoing issue every time they draft. But luckily, they did not have to worry.
Yep.
Honestly, the set could have been played mid. They're actually kind of lucky. They're kind of lucky with this one. ST could have played set mid. But it's going to be rest on the set this time. Both running bone played. Actually, we were talking. Pabu, one of the OS, Rocky, you got to be careful
Oh,
here.
wow.
Pabu over from OS. He's not currently playing on any teams, but he was talking a lot about bone plating. He was pretty much like, I hate bone plating. It's this is like the only instance where bone plating is kind of good, because it actually doesn't reduce the first bit of damage you receive.
Yeah.
So in the longer skirmishes where you have a set that's going to be punching you nonstop, sure, bone plating makes sense. But almost every other lane where it's kind of pokish, it's kind of not useful.
Not at all. Not at all. We're going to be seeing Hana in the meantime, as the lane is a little bit shoved, and G4 with that ward over there.
They were trying to be sneaky here, because if you can deny the blue from the Taliyah, that really hurts the clear, obviously.
Yes.
And also, if you can give that over to G4, that's pretty nice. Rocky's still getting pushed in. Haymaker is going to tag him for a little bit of damage. Does that get pushed in? Let's see. Does Hana look to actually try and get a play here? They do know there was a ward put down.
Yeah.
So they're very aware of this. There, okay, so just had a little bit of health. Rocky's going to try and back. I think he gets the back.
He's going to make it in time. I was a little bit worried. Yeah,
VTP's in, though. That might be a bit of concern. Let's see. Rocky now underneath the tower. You got the safety bud. Okay, another teleport coming in. Hello, J-Team. They say, let's bring the party. Rest is going to be the one taken, but here comes over toward the side. Says Ronnie wants to rejoin onto the fight. Haymaker, though, is able to take the kill. Rest is going to get taken on down as Nesty with the teleport is able to pick up his first kill of the game. It's a 2-for-1 as Nova almost able to trade back, but here comes G4. Looking over the wall, but he's a little bit blind when he comes to where this Taliyah was, so he's going to back off.
That was tough for Rocky. He's not even level 3 yet, so he doesn't have his full combo, so it was kind of hard to do whatever Renekton does for an outplay.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are they just going to beat Rocky up? Is he just going to be Dyrus when it comes to this game? He wants to play illegal. Oh, no. Oh, no, he's going the wrong way. He doesn't know Taliyah's still there. Oh, it's doomed. Oh, gets a little sidestep there, so he gets away with his crocodile for now, but
yeah,
not the best start for Rocky. Oh man, he's going to be almost 2 levels down actually as this next wave pushes back to rest. So not the start they were hoping for. Ryan was just a little bit late to the party. If he was there just maybe a couple seconds earlier, that would have been a 2-for-2 at least. But it's not good that you got your Pantheon also getting a kill here. I think Nova should be a bit concerned.
And then Ryan losing the buff early on. So it's going to be very tough for Sejuani in the early phases of the game for clearing, as she wants to catch up with this Taliyah, which is still there, by the way. Hana is still around. Like, I think Hana stayed for a while. He just got back. He just got back. Yeah. So it's totally fine. At this point, honestly, that was a good start for J Team.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like J-Team, they now find themselves up 600 gold. You have double the CS of Rocky in top lane, and Rocky has been often, one of those pillars we talk about, Nova slash Mega slash pretty much Southeast Asia's like representative when it comes to international events. This trio, now duo, you could say at this point now, of G4 and Rocky are usually stable when it comes to this team. Rocky being put down early, those extra resources now for Nova, you're kind of relying on G4 to have a good lane.
That's true.
Because bot lane, okay, Mixcross, he's in a bit more of a utility, more poke, a lot more range when it comes to farm, so he's actually staying even against Lil V, which the last couple matches, Mixcross has actually been down by like 20 CS at this point. So this is actually a good start for Mixcross. But other than that, you're still a bit concerned. You're hoping, all right, maybe we can do some better team fights, but J-Team, they're a chaotic team fight. They have such a chaotic team fight. You're going to have... Who's teleporting on down?
Teleporting.
Oh, it's Lil V, okay.
It's Lil V on the Ezreal. Yeah, I mean, this bot lane for Pop, he's so used to always having different AD carries in his lane. So he's just the dynamic in terms of like adjustment. He's totally fine with that. But yeah, you're right. We've been seeing underwhelming performances from Mixcross, but I feel like this is the time where he's going to have a comfortable lane, because in terms of farm, in terms of the safetiness that Varus provides through farming in the bot lane, you do have that poke, in comparison to Ezreal, who just needs a clear shot to get to poke and harass you. In the meantime, though, we see J-Team, no contest whatsoever, getting this sneaky dragon, and at this point, that's, again, a wonderful start for J-Team.
Yeah, they got priority on their bot and mid lane, so nothing to worry about that. That's with Lil V actually teleporting back, so he's going to get a Sheen. Not actually able to pick up the tier here, so we'll see whether or not he actually ends up going for it right away. Usually, if you can afford... Oh, he got the fairy... I think he was, like, probably 400 gold out. He had the fairy charm, at least, so...
Yeah.
Maybe not the exact back they wanted to, but instead they're going to trade, a little delay in the scaling on the Ezreal for first strike. It's not a bad trade.
That's true. Meanwhile...
Oh, no, Rocky.
Uh-oh.
I've seen this one before. Oh, he ends up getting the scuttle. Does he get away with his life? Hana doesn't really have a whole lot of mana here, actually. And G4, hello!
Whoa!
Going for the flash ultimate. Didn't have really anything set up. Oh, Woody with the flash tongue coming out, but here comes the rest of Nova into a 5v3 now. Is the teleport going to come on in? Nova, though, Rocky takes down the Taliyah, and now they're going to chase into the jungle. The Tom Kench, he's caught out. He's got no ultimate to escape. He's also going to get taken down, and Nova find 2 members.
What? Oh, I mean, it was J-Team that wanted to start that fight, but everyone from Nova Esports just collapsed and they appeared out of nowhere. And despite, Woody being there, I think in position-wise, it was a little bit awkward to do the protecting, as Hana was a little bit further down the river already.
Yeah, so Rocky secures the scuttle, and then, we mentioned Hana, you don't have any mana.
Yeah.
G4 has a blue buff, and then they're like, all right, they get maybe a little bit too aggressive, but then the teleport comes on in from the rest of the team. And there was also, of course, that support roam, because usually first back on your support, they roam up toward the top side to try and secure scuttle vision around the Rift Herald. So Nova, they just say, all right, we're going to bring more members to the party, and we'll take it.
With
Now,
that said,
that does mean, though, Mixcross was left alone in lane, so he did fall a little behind in CS, but he hits the back, so he'll be fine for now. Interesting enough, though, look at mid lane. G4 starting to rank up a little bit of a CS lead. Also considering Nesty actually went Moby Boots, I'd like to see more roams come out of this Pantheon if they're trying to go for this. He only just hit level 6 recently, Nova. They're a little bit late to this Rift Herald take. Oh, Rocky, though. He's got that Conqueror. He's going to jump on in. Showstopper comes on down. Here comes that Haymaker, though. They get the stun. Can they get another one? Oh, he's so low. Rocky almost get taken on down. Here comes ST, though, on the Pantheon into the Taliyah wall. And that Spear not able to land the shot. Hana, though, caught over toward the side. He'll get taken down. G4 gets himself another kill in the mid lane. And here we go. J-Team. These are messy team fights, but they're not keeping up.
wow. The kills are going to the right places as well for Nova Esports. That's going to be a switcheroo a little bit. Rocky's going to be aggressive here as he clears the wave. And just going to be a little bit of poke here and there. But yeah, there's a swap between the bot lanes of Nova Esports, as they're going to take a lot of plating here, as Rest will probably try to clear with a Haymaker. But I guess that's it for now.
Yeah, Rest doesn't have to worry too much. They will lose one turret plate. Bot lane, what does J-Team actually get in response is kind of my question here. They're going to push in, and against Rocky, they actually should be able to take some turret plates. I think it depends whether or not Ryan here gets the Rift Herald in time, and then they can try and put it down in a lane to try and secure first tower. That might be the plan here for Nova, as Pop is also going to be there to help out, but Shelly's going to be assisting Nova for her first trek on to the Rift on YouTube.
Yep, Serene. That is Rift Herald acquired, and meanwhile we see Nova Esports bot lane still going to be around that area because there's no pressure at all in the bottom side of the map. You've got a slow pushing Ezreal, and therefore you've got a set. They've probably spotted Talia at the bottom side of the map, so there's not a lot of threats for the Varus at this point to keep sieging because there's still no dragon at this point, which will spawn in a few minutes or so. Seconds, rather, not minutes, Riku.
I'm about to say, I'm like 50 minutes? Oh, no.
Whoops.
50 seconds on Mountain. Let's see, does Ryan look to try and put down Rift Herald? I think if they get, yeah, that's kind of the play I think they should be going for here. With that, Nova should get first tower gold. G4 is just going to stick around. Meanwhile, bot lane, oh no, Rocky. I've seen this one before. That's going to be another teleport. Hana almost gets taken down, and they use Rest's teleport? J-Team, are you okay? Ryan, I would not. You see 4 people underneath the tower, Ryan. Don't go that way. All right, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Still, though, this is weird from J-Team. They feel so disconnected early on in this game. That was another teleport. They keep trying to 4-man dive, and it's like, okay, Mixcross could just farm top and get, plates. They already got first brick gold. Nova are up 2K.
That's the thing. We've never seen Nova transition well into the mid game and later stages, so this is a different phase for Nova. And on the other side, this is a different phase for J-Team. We've seen this before against AHQ, but they looked more, I wouldn't say polished. They not compressed.
Compressed.
They look a little bit more calm.
This one they're looking panicky.
They look panicked,
this is like, oh, Nova's here. We gotta teleport bot. We gotta get a trade. We gotta get this. And Nova's style, we've mentioned it before. A lot of these players have kind of played the more traditional. They've been usually having Korean coaches, so they're much more used to the wait for a mistake to be made, go for the play. With Warlock at the helm, though, I do believe they're going to be a little bit more aggressive with their play, a little bit more proactive. But still, having that similar familiarity that they're used to, where they're like, hey, you know what? We can play a little messy. We're fine with that. You make mistakes, I'm fine with that. G4 over toward the side. He might be looking for a play as he's almost able to get the stun onto Woody. Here comes Pantheon. Nesty. He's got out toward the backside here. Here comes Rest over as well. They want to try and go on in. Varus Ultimate going to be coming out here. There's a Showstopper into 4 members. Ultimate comes through. A decent amount of damage onto Hana. Nova looking a little bit low as they funnel into the choke point here. Mixcross able to get to safety. G4 almost able to secure a kill, but no one goes down.
That was amazing. I mean, we saw another cursed Glacial Prison not hitting a target.
We don't talk about that one.
But we're not going to be talking about that. I mean, no one falls down. Nova Esports managed to already secure their not Elder Drake, their Infernal Dragon. But at the same time, I felt like, again, J-Team wanted to pressure and take something back, because they've already lost a couple of objectives. They've already forced their own teleport, not being able to transition well for the Dragon. So it's like they're trying to get these consolation prizes as much as they can.
Yeah, because Dragon started here. They have vision of this, and Nova knows this is happening. Mixcross is clearing out. I think he might as well just stay on the Dragon and actually finish that a little bit quicker. And then you have like Woody and Lil V over toward the side, and like, oh, G4's like, all right, let's go. And then SC's in the middle, and he's like, wait a sec. There's Talia wall here. Oh, they're all coming over toward the side. And there's so many summoners blown. Oh, yeah, that Glacial Prison was pretty awful. Come on, Ryan. You can do better. But the Haymaker, that AoE true damage is disgusting.
That was painful. That was actually yummy. That was delicious, especially if they managed to get more kills after so many people low in Nova Esports. Now the next thing
I've seen this before.
Nova's checklist.
Wait a sec. This is Nova doing the dive here.
Uh-oh.
They know something's going on. They're going to get the knockback over toward Pop. He's G4 over toward the side. True Shot Barrage tags the Syndra. They're going a little bit low. Here comes Rocky, though. He's going to look to try and cut them off. They're able to disperse now with the Blast Cone. Does Ryan want to go for the re-engage? He's waiting on his ultimate, so he doesn't have the Glacial Prison available. But top lane, Nova are able to get another push in, get another plate. Actually, they just went down, but they do get the second tower of the game. and grow that gold lead to 2.5 thousand gold.
This is really nice for Nova Esports. A lot of confidence and making J Team a little bit more shaky in their calls in the game so far. So at this point, the next on their checklist for sure is bottom side, but we know Rocky's gonna handle that one later on. And again, he is 2-1-1 with a bounty, and this is definitely, we've seen this before from Rocky's perspective on the Renekton.
Yeah, you see the gold graph there. You know, there was a little hints there that J-Team were going to try and take off, but so far since then, it's been pretty much the nose show. As G4, with the help of Ryan, are going to take that one away. The wall does not do damage. That'd be hilarious. Oh, they're going for an engage.
Deny.
Oh, Woody just came over with his ultimate.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Pantheon coming into the back is able to get the stun. That's going to be the cleanse immediately. They jump onto Taliyah. Now here comes back Rocky with the teleport. Mixcross gets the kill. And Nova, it looks like they're doing it here as J-Team. They look like a completely different organization compared to what we saw last season in the LMS is Nova. They're playing them clean. They're making them worry.
The interesting is that they've already blown a couple of, like, one Taliyah wall over like the red buff take.
Over the
so
red buff? That's
yeah.
what they were fighting over? I don't know the decision making coming out here from J-Team. It's
so
questionable.
Like, yeah, so like in terms of the utility on trying to disengage that fight, I think there were not a lot of options. And then that's the second time we've seen Nesty just diving in. I'm not sure what the plan was there, like where they're going to transition after that. So, yeah.
Well, if you try and do anything onto G4 while he has Cleanse Up, you can't kill him with Cleanse Up.
Yeah.
They now get that blown, but you used so much. Use a Pantheon ultimate, use another flash. I think Ezreal flash was used there. You're going to have teleports coming back from rest. So you're going to have some summoners coming back for the next fight, but I feel like J-Team are just, they're trying to go for these fights with the intention of like, yeah, we can just win. But you need to actually realize, hey, G4 has a cleanse. It's going to be hard to kill this Syndra while the cleanse is up. And again, oh no, Ryan's going to take it. It doesn't matter. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Because again, sure, you jump immediately onto G4. Boom, stun, cleanse. He's gone. He doesn't have a thing to worry about.
And that's a Glacial Prison on towards Taliyah. But the Divide doesn't do much because at this point it's like thinking on who is going to be your entry for the backline. And you really have no choice except for Hana and as well as Rest. But it didn't work out so well because, again, they have so much counter and so much zoning tools from Nova Esports.
Shelly is going to be claimed up in top side. Nova gets the second Rift Herald once again. And they got themselves 2 outer tier towers, so they could rotate down to bot lane. But if you told me Nova was going to be up 5k gold before 20 minutes on J-Team, I'd call you crazy. But so far, so good as far as their first game of week 2 goes.
That's true. And now they're just going to take this Infernal Drake. But again, it's like forcing J-Team to do something again. At this point, all ults are up except for True Shot Barrage for Lil V here. And yep, they have no chance whatsoever to take that one in this point of the game in their state.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there was one kill that we kind of cut away from on our last replay, so I think we're actually going to check that one out. Yeah, this was actually Ryan trying to lock down the Taliyah. Yeah, just Hana gets a little bit too close to the action.
Ooh. Yeah, and at that point, we see that, like, Hana 1 level below, but the rest of the squad is already there. Didn't even need the rest of Nova Esports. Ryan's fine on Sejuani at this time.
Good. He's doing good this time. We've, you know, only one missed Glacial Prison.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty happy. And, you know, Ryan doing well. And we talked about Ryan in the pre-show.
Yeah,
Ryan has been kind of key when it comes to Nova when they have been having success during week 1. Was usually instrumental when it came to team fights. This time around, he's playing, you know, more of that Sejuani. He just wants to be that frontline engage. In theory, the ultimate should be easier to hit in this scenario. He's missed one, but we'll let him miss one for now.
He could potentially be the cleanse for the curse of the Sejuani so far, because I think if they win this, I think it might be the first game a Sejuani will win.
Yeah, Sejuani is currently winless, so Ryan's trying to change that one. As Nova push into the jungle, try and clear out some of the vision that's been established. I'll give it to J-Team. They have been putting down a lot of defensive coverage, especially towards this bot side. They want Rest to try and scale up more, but he's starting to fall more and more behind. He's behind by Tiamat, which Rocky's now completed. So the Renekton hits like a truck at this point. And with that, Outer tier tower claimed without having to use the Rift Herald as well. You know, Nova could look for a push here. Maybe even push and get the second tier tower. Yeah, that looks to be the play.
Looks like that is the plan at this point for Nova Esports, getting that chunk on slowly at the base of J-Team. And meanwhile, at the bottom side of the map, we see Rocky.
Oh no, Rest. Let's see, he tries to escape with the showstopper, gets the flash away. Meanwhile, we got a teleport coming in. That's going to be the Pantheon saying hello. But still a lot used here on the side of J-Team to get back to safety. It was only the engage coming out from Nova, and they got 2 summoners, then a teleport.
Yep, Suri. I was just going to point out that I just remember that Nova Esports, out of all the teams in the PCS, I think they're one of the top teams that have a high vision score. So now that they're like ahead and all, so it makes it difficult for J-Team to try and maybe sneakily pick someone up because they have all the information that they need on the team, or for Nova Esports rather. And now that they're in the lead, it makes them even more scarier because again, they have all the information in the world.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that now that you're we're double checking on that one.
Oh no, like Nova, highest wards per minute when
There
it
you
comes to
go.
the league. They like vision.
They
Warlock
like
likes
vision. They love them.
On top of that too is they are once they get into the jungle, they're really good at clearing out.
Yeah.
That's kind of the main point here for Nova, and that's kind of what helps them a lot when it comes to vision in these games. Is they like to deny, which I think J-Team have kind of just assumed they can put down the wards and leave them and forget them, but you know, so far, oh, buddy, Hana, come on, you can do better than that. that's unfortunate. Romp resets, and with
And
all
another.
these- oh, there's oh no, Nova. It doesn't matter if Nova
That's
resets
true.
it.
That's true.
This is free gold for Nova. That's Talia ultimate helping them over the wall.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be frank with Johanna. I'm not impressed with your Talia this game. There's been a couple of Weaver's walls coming out that I don't really think are all that important. And he's used it like 3 times just willy-nilly in the jungle. And now, you know what? Nova could look for a dive. You know what would be great to have here? The Weaver's wall.
Exactly.
Ezreal's going to come over. Rest does have teleport available if Nova went for this dive, so they can look to at least defend if necessary. Another thing, too, here. Nova's running them around the map, but yet J-Team are the ones with 3 teleports.
That's true.
Like, they should have the Pantheon ult's down, and they also have Pantheon ult. They have technically 4 teleports at this point. They have a semi-global teleport in his ultimate. Let's see here. Nova going to continue the pressure. Rocky's in mid lane. Bot lane should push back toward J-Team's base, so I think Nova has this push set up pretty good. And you know what? You got Infernal coming up here. Here comes Showstopper coming out from Rest. Nova, though, they're going to group up together. Pantheon ultimate. They get on top of Mixcross. He has no cleanse, but guess what? He just gets taken down immediately. Nesty will fall very shortly as finally it comes down the shield. True Shot Barrage. Pop has to go into stasis, but Nova, they keep pressing forward. And that's just great. That's like your perfect Pantheon ultimate. You jump onto Mixcross, yet he wasn't able to kill him.
It's kind of hard, yeah, because I think eventually you do fall off with all the... And he didn't really do so well in the later stages of the game. Like, he had to just run around, which was the intention, and that's the reason why he had Moby Boots in the first place, in which he switched to a Merc
He
Tread.
actually swapped to Merc Tread. He
swapped to
sold
Merc
his
Tread.
Mobies to switch.
Because it wasn't
He
working.
lost gold. He's still
Yes.
only on an item and a half at the moment.
Unfortunately, that is the case for
Ooh.
Nesty in the mid lane.
Yes, come on, bud.
Yeah, because
That
like...
is...
Yeah.
Okay, so this is... Man, if you're the coach right now of J-Team, you are screaming. You're fuming. Yeah, no wonder he wasn't able to kill a Varus. He's missing an item. Because he had... Oh, wow. I'm sorry, that is actually tilted me now that you've shown me this.
I
I
felt
was like,
that,
he's
Opal.
got...
I
He's
felt
like,
that.
He's like, oh yeah, he's got Mobies. He can look to roam around. He just sold the Mobies and he spent more gold getting Merc Treads. Oh my lord.
Yep. I mean, understandable because you do have G4 and Mixcross around and Pop, and you want to keep going because you're like the only one who has backline access aside from Hana with the Weaver's Wall, but we haven't really seen that so far. But yeah, it did really work so well for Nesty. So in terms of like transition and having a comfy mid game for him, it was definitely hard. And with Nova Esports speeding up the process of the early game, it made the Moby Boots kind of kind of useless at that point.
Well, let's see here. J-Team, here we go. Weaver's Wall is going to come out. Mixed Cross, very nice flash. Was able to see the indicator. Uses his ultimate in response just for safety. And Nova get away scot-free. I think they only blow the one summoner. Now, not having the flash on Mixed Cross is a little unfortunate, so we'll see whether or not J-Team's able to abuse that. But still, Baron buff available for Nova. I'd like to see them try and crack open in the inhibitor tower, at least off this push. Bot lane, they're starting to stack pretty nicely. G4 and Ryan should get this push off. With no Weaver's Wall, they can't delay it again, so second tier tower will fall, and it goes in favor of Nova as they find themselves up almost 9,000 gold. Woo, 25 minutes. I'm going to chat with Warlock after the game here. He should be happy. This is very nicely done by the team.
Yeah, definitely. And it's so hard to keep rinse and repeating the strategy that JT drafted because we're at that point of the game where Nova Esports is comfy to build more of the defensive items at this point. And Pop just makes it even harder for the Ezreal.
Yeah, Pop is like, no, you don't get to anymore.
Yeah.
Have fun. All right, Nova crashing the wave here in mid lane now. Let's see, does Nesty try and jump on? Oh no, over the wall, Ryan goes, trying to go for the play. Woody is able to eat up his 80 carry, but the inhibitor tower does fall. Now inhibitor going to be the next one on the plate of Nova as it gets taken down. They crack open the base of J-Team at 26 minutes, still 30 seconds on the Baron buff here. Nova now at 10,000 gold, and they'll rotate up to top lane.
At this point, it's textbook styles for Nova Esports to try and close this game cleanly because I'm trying to see how JT can probably try to turtle it out, but it's difficult with the composition that Nova Esports has at this point. You've got the Braum shield, you've got a lot of stuns from basically everyone on Nova Esports, so it's just a matter of if they try to go all in, they just try to deny you with CC locks.
Man, we laughed at Zagor last week off his predictions. He's big brain, apparently. I think him and one other Tiecaster had Nova in on the prediction.
Oh yeah, and now you're not going to be 100% anymore.
Oh, no.
Welcome to the club, Opal.
Hey, you're still worse than me.
Hey! Ouch!
We like to be friendly on this broadcast.
Yes, that's the plan.
Friendly? Sorry, that's slightly mean. I apologize for that one. The Canadian me felt that after. It's like, did you really need to do that, Opal? Did you really?
It's all right. It's okay. I mean, it's just the second week. You could be even worse than me at the end of the split. So
you know, end of the split, I could be like, ah, yeah, ST has sold his Moby boots again. That's incorrect. They actually got a lot more off that Baron. I think they got like 3,000 or 4,000 gold actually from Nova on that one. That's how much you get for killing Baron.
yeah.
So, you know, we won't draw attention to that one. Nova get themselves a lot more gold than news 1,500 off that Baron.
Yeah.
Infernal will be joining us in about a minute. We'll see here. Mixed Cross. Let's just taking a peek over. Might go up toward that top lane, try and push that one in for the side of Nova.
I mean, this is the point of the game where it gets a little tricky on how to close out. It's more of all of these mid. Oh, never mind.
J-Team could literally use everything. Rocky still has teleport. J-Team get absolutely nothing for two semi-global ultimates. They actually lose positioning. They're going to be late to this push, and they're actually going to be able to siege here on the side of Nova.
Yeah, there's not a lot of waves here to work with, aside from the True Shot Barrage of Lil V.
Still, guess who's in bot lane? Rocky, and Rocky almost has a Flame Horizon on the side of Rest. I hate to say it, but J-Team, that is just questionable. And here we go, Nova overside the wall. That's going to force the stopwatch at least out. Mixed Cross ends up using his ultimate. Nesty tries to jump on in, wanting to get a little bit of damage. But here comes Rocky on the big Renekton. He's joining the party. He's got a GA, and that inhibitor tower has to be conceded on the side of J-Team. As now Supers pour in from the mid lane. A little bit extra damage coming out there also from the Syndra on G4. And ST, he's got to back off. He's got to go back to the base. But Nova, with this next minion wave, they get themselves their second inhibitor of the game. They'll have that advantage for 2 minutes. Let's see whether or not they're going to jump on in. Rest, he gets a big haymaker. But unfortunately, that's going to be G4 putting him down. ST tries to do the same himself. Mictros, fire and arrows. It's a double kill coming out from G4. Rocky goes back out of stasis out of the GA. And G4 once again laying down the damage. The Kench is able to save him. Now G4 got to be a little bit careful. Lil V trying to go for the play here. He gets tagged and he has to flash away. True Shot Barrage once again. G4 gets chunked. They get over back to safety, but they jump back in onto the Ezreal Rocky. It was all a ploy. And Nova find themselves another kill. It's a 12,000 gold lead and a very extended fight in the base.
Great bait, mate. That's what happened earlier. I mean, again, it was Rest starting the fight here. Good chunk of damage from the Haymaker, but there's not a lot of people that can try to finish off those low health targets. Again, they just had to proc GA. I believe Nyx Cross still had his stopwatch. I'm not sure if he used it yet. So it's so tricky if they just want to enter the fight just so that they can chip off more defensive items. And this is Rocky doing the stealth mission, even using a flash for it so he can have the full combo.
Yeah, Woody, I don't know if Woody actually had his Devourer up at that point. He might have. That might have been a misplay also coming out from Woody there. Either way, it's 13,000 gold in favor of Nova.
Yeah.
It's 13-3. And I have to question a bit here if this is the changing in coaching affecting J-Team. Because remember, this is not the same coaching staff they had at Worlds that actually beat FPX in the group stage. Like decently convincingly. You don't have both. It was Refrain. Refrain now is on FPX. FPX took him. And you don't have Fofo in this mid lane that it was the Fofo show all of last year when it came to the LMS. Now it's Nestea in mid lane. He's getting Flame Horizon by G4 at 31 minutes. There's multiple lanes that are extremely behind. The only thing, and I gotta hammer Nyx Cross. Even though your team's doing good, you're still 100 CS below an Ezreal on Varus. Come on, mate. But other than that, J-Team, I have to say, I think the coaching staff there's something's up with the team. Because this is just a complete crumbling of this organization that was at the top of the LMS when it came to last year. And now, your inhibitors are gone. Your Nexus towers are fallen. Rest is trying to make a hero play. But guess what? Ryan puts them down. The Pantheon shall fall. And Nova will just steamroll into the base. 3-15. Nexus towers fall. Lil V can try and do what he can. But Nova, they find the upset and start off week 2 with a win over J-Team.
Nova Esports did really well in this game. It felt like they had an answer for everything. It seemed like all of the lanes really won in their side. And again, they look really happy on this win for sure because they enter the tournament with